Hello, Matthew Armstrong here, and this is the third day completed of my polyphasic sleep study. This is actually the Uberman sleep cycle to clarify, where I'm sleeping for 20 minutes every 4 hours ongoing. So that doesn't stop throughout the night. So it's in any 24-hour period, it accounts for 2 hours sleep in total in 24 hours. So I've just completed 72 hours now, and it's proved to be even more challenging than I thought it would be. The first night was totally fine, no problem at all. Second night was really tough for a number of factors, outside factors as well. One of them was, well, first of all, I had a very heavy meal late that night. And that was probably more. It was probably more of a comfort meal than anything, because it was a crazy storm was happening, and this house isn't built for the winter. It's more of a summer house, and so there's no insulation, there's no double glazing, there's no central heating, and it's on a peninsula that we live. So the wind was howling, and the rain was just driving all night. And so it was freezing cold, very damp, and it's the sort of time when all you really want to do is just get into bed and curl up and pull the covers over your head. It was that sort of night, and that just seemed like the natural thing to do, but I was going against that, and I wasn't doing that, and I was staying up. And at the same time I ate this heavy meal, so I was just like a zombie all night. Really tough to stay awake, and I knew if I got myself too comfortable I'd fall asleep and I wouldn't wake up all night, so I made sure I sat up all night and didn't lie down, just because I knew if I lay down and got myself warm, I'd just go out for the whole night. So that was a really tough night, and I was nodding pretty much all night. Very tough to keep my eyes open. But I didn't want to jeopardize and have to go back to stage one of the adaptation phase, which takes probably about 10 days, I reckon, to adapt to the sleep cycle, to get your circadian rhythm to adapt to it. So it realizes that every 4 hours, when you lie down for that 20-minute sleep, that's it. You're only getting 20 minutes, and it's training your brain for that, so that it knows to secrete the right hormones and for the right receptor sites to do what they do, and to go into REM sleep very quickly. So that's the goal, is to be able to get some decent REM sleep in those 20 minutes, which usually it might take, in a normal night's sleep, it might take 3 hours before we start going to REM, but we want to do it within 20 minutes, and that's what this adaptation phase is doing. Is we're training the brain and the body to go into a very deep sleep in the 20 minutes. You wake up completely refreshed, and it's actually been great. There's been a couple of times where I've had my 20-minute sleep, and it literally feels like I've been there for a few hours, and I wake up and I go, wow, that's only 20 minutes, and I probably only slept for 10 minutes of those. So I'm already starting to experience that, which is really good. But the third night, last night, has been pretty good. Struggled at times, but all in all, it's been good. The night before, there's no way I could have made a video. I was complete zombie all night. So learning for that, no more heavy meals late at night, or any time actually, I don't think. That's about it. But one thing for sure, because that was really tough night, I nearly just went to bed that night and said screw it, because it was freezing cold, it was damp, it was just not a good night to be sitting up all night. And one thing, you need to have a strong reason why, for sure, a very strong reason why, because I've been reading about some other people who've experimented with this, and quite often it seems to be a lot of young guys in their 20s that give it a go, and a lot of them give up. Most of them give up quite often in the first few weeks. And I was reading one of the things they're talking about in their blogs, etc., and they're saying, well, I've run out of my, I've watched all my Star Trek box set, and now I'm onto this other box set, and that's what they're doing all night. That's not a big motivation to stay awake all night. if you're just doing it to see if you can do it, and then you're just watching endless Star Trek episodes all night, that's just going into fantasy. Going into fantasy is totally fine, but you can do that in sleep. It's escapism. Watching Star Trek is escapism. Also, sleeping can be escapism. So, what's easier? Struggling to stay awake and use escapism that way, or just go to sleep. Just go to sleep. So, you've got to have a very strong reason why, and it's got to be more than just escapism. You've got to have some very inspiring goals that throughout the night you've got that's what I've been doing. I've been getting very, very clear and specific on my goals and creating my vision, making it even more powerful, and then following my goals, and at night time having a list of things that I want to do that's going to move me towards my inspiring vision. So that's what I've been doing, and that's what's going to, I believe, keep me doing this, rather than just saying I'm just doing this to see if I can do it, and I'm just going to watch movies all night, because I don't think that's gonna work. Definitely not, because I'm sure there might be a few more nights that were like the second night, and I couldn't take much more of that. So that's it for now. Look forward to chatting to you next time, and until then, take care. My name is Matthew Armstrong. See you next time.